Hey loves, my name is Amber Mellon and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I would love for you to become a part of the Moon and Star Therapy Tribe, okay? If you know your whole vibe, if you know you're a walking goddess, an alien superstar, a spiritual unicorn, fairy, mermaid in these streets, okay? If your vibe matches my vibe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss an upload for me. And for those of you who are not new here, hey ladies, hey guys, how are you all doing today? I'm so excited to be back with another video. And today's video is for my lovely supporter, Miss Ramia. This video is for Ramia, and there might be another, maybe one more video or two more videos that is inspired from this topic from Ramia, okay? So Ramia love, this video is for you and I'm so excited. I'm sorry guys, I'm looking at my phone. I'm so excited that you asked me this question because this is something that I was already thinking about, okay? This is something that I'm experiencing, and I think this is a great topic to talk about for women who are in the spiritual community, who are single, and who are in these dating streets, okay? So Ramia said, can I pitch a topic for me? And she wanted to know, what's my advice for women who are spiritually enlightened but their partners aren't, okay? You know, for women, for those of us who do tarot, like myself, you know, we're spiritual. We believe in spiritual help, you know, from God, if you believe in God, or whoever you believe in. If you believe you have angels and ancestors and spirit guides that are around you, that watch over you, that help you to navigate life, okay? These are the women that I'm talking about. You know, we use non-traditional means to heal ourselves and heal others, whether that be through prayer, meditation, crystals, herbs, or essential oils, okay? And she also wanted to know, is like being a tarot reader, someone who's intuitive, a psychic, you know, will this affect the relationship in the long run, okay? And yeah, and just, you know, being in relationships with people who are not as spiritual, okay? So Ramia, this is a great topic. For those of you ladies, if you have any topics you want me to talk about, if you want to know my perspective on, please email me your questions, or you can just DM me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Moon and Star Therapy and my TikTok page, okay? So today, I've been doing some research, Ramia, for us, and it's not a lot of information out there on this, though I did see a couple of TikTok videos, okay? So I have my own notes, and today's thing that I want to go into, today's video, is dedicated to the pros and cons of dating someone who's a psychic, an empath, a healer, a wise woman, aka witch, okay? Because a lot of people on the outside looking in, especially super religious people, do look at us as like witches, demonic, whatever have you. So that's why I had to put that in there, okay? But today we're going to talk about the pros and cons, okay? So for any of you guys or ladies watching and you like someone who's spiritual, or you like someone who might be a tarot reader, you know, you're highly attracted to them but you're nervous, okay? Here are some pros and cons. Here's what you need to know, okay? And the next video I'm gonna make will be more tailored to the question of how does, you know, being an empath, a healer, you know, affect your dating life or affect your relationship, okay? So basically what I want to get into first, I have my notes so I can stay on point, but what I really want to address, the first thing I want to address, is there is a myth, a misconception that if, you know, us tarot readers, us people who consider ourselves spiritual, who like to transform ourselves and make our lives better through non-traditional means, there's this myth out here that we do spell work to make people fall in love with us. Now, for people out there who use their own spirituality, who use their own intentions for bad, maybe that might be the case. But for someone who is aligned, for someone who has a good head on their shoulders, gives great advice, for someone who likes to help people in a very positive, moral, spiritual way, someone who has morals and standards, someone who's honest. This is so crazy. This is far from the truth. We do not put love spells on people, okay? At least I don't, okay? If I had to put a spell on you to make you love me or be in a relationship with, I don't need you, and I definitely don't want you, okay? It goes against everything that I believe. It goes against everything that I teach. And I really feel that women who resonate with who I am and what I teach and what I'm about and the spiritual advice that I give, I really feel like you ladies will resonate with this. We do not put love spells on people, okay? This just reminds me of that old patriotic masculine energy, the patriarch system set in place where, you know, men don't take accountability for their actions, or a person doesn't take accountability for their actions. And because they're in denial, because they're not aware, because they're not in tune with who they are, or because they're trapped by religion or a set of rules, it has to be some magical force that has come upon them, some spooky ooky spell that this woman has put on me that made me fall in love with her. Or back in the old days when our ancestors made me rape her. Oh, you're a witch, you made me rape you. Oh, you're a witch. So I don't want to go deep off into that, but this is far from the truth. So if you're a guy or a lady, whatever role, whatever you like, child. If you're a woman, you like a woman. If you're a man, you like a man. Or if you like, you know, put it where it fits. A person who practices their spirituality for good, we do not put love spells on people. So I just really wanted to get that out there. And if you feel like, you know, you're attracted to someone and you feel some type of way like they put a love spell on you, you know, first check yourself, okay? Check yourself and explore, you know, why do you feel the way you do? And why do you feel like someone has put a love spell on you versus taking accountability for your own emotions and your own thoughts and explore why you feel the way you feel? Because as an intuitive tarot reader, that energy comes up all the time as some man or some person feeling like you've put a love spell, like, you know, us in the women in the spiritual community who are single, who are dating, it always comes up that we put a love spell on someone, and it makes me laugh. It's utterly ridiculous, because if we need to put a love spell on you, honey, we do not need you. We do not want you, because we're going to have to keep putting spells on you to keep you in our life. And no, we want someone who wants to be with us. We want someone who accepts us for who we are, who loves us for who we are, and is not ashamed of who we are, okay? So that is the big thing I wanted to say first. Another myth and big misconception that I want to put out there is that, like, we're always trying to hear your thoughts, or like we can read your mind. Honey, we are not interested in reading your mind or hearing your thoughts, okay? Now, we cannot help our intuition. We cannot help our intuition. Some of us have been practicing, you know, our practice for years, and, you know, our gifts get stronger, and we can't help it that we hear certain intuitive messages given to us about particular situation, a particular person, or particular thing. That's not something we can help, okay? However, we're not trying to read your mind and read your thoughts. What fun is that in getting to know someone? We want to get to know someone just like any other person in a relationship. So no, we are not reading your thoughts. No, we are not trying to read your mind, okay? So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there, because I seen that a lot on the research I did. And I don't know, that energy comes up of people doing love spells and reading your thoughts in your mind, and that's all like hogwash, okay? So if you're in love with someone who's if you're in love with a spiritual girl and you feel like she put a spell on you, check yourself first. Be honest with yourself. Be honest about how you feel, and be honest with your emotions, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about are the pros of dating, being in a relationship with someone who is a spiritual person, someone who's an empath, okay, someone who's able to, pick up on other people's emotions and feelings and stuff, okay. Number one, if you're dating an empath, someone who's a spiritual healer, the benefit of being with them is, we are very in tune with our emotions and we have extreme awareness, okay? So you will be connecting with someone who's able to feel what you need without having to always ask. However, that's not an excuse not to communicate your feelings, okay? So most people are drawn to healers and empaths and women who are spiritual because of the energy that we carry, because of our vibration. A lot of times, if you're highly drawn to a woman and she seems magical, she seems, I don't know, there's something about her that you can't put your finger on. She's different. She stands out from the crowd. She's non-traditional. She doesn't do things like the average ordinary person does. It's because she is different. She has used her wisdom and her knowledge and her pain and her trials to transform herself in her life in a way that she shows up in the world as the highest version of herself, okay? And so what you're attracted to is confidence, awareness, self-assurance, not needing to be a part of the crowd, not needing to be a part of a clique, okay? Someone who's very confident on standing on their own square, okay? And I feel like that is what draws men in, okay? A lot of times these women have very exotic features. They look different, they look unique, and it's just the energy that they carry, that God angelic witchy healer. I mean, I'm trying to look for words, but it's just different, okay? And that's what draws men in. That's what makes them feel like they're bewitched, but it's not, okay? It's just like a pastor in a church. The pastor, sometimes this pastor is not good looking at all, or is just like a CEO of a company, or any man that's a boss, that's in authority, that has power, that has money. It's not so much as how the man looks, but it's his authority, his position, the way he carries himself, his confidence, his stature, and that's what people are drawn to, his energy, the energy that they put out, okay? That's what women are drawn to, not so much as the looks. It's the same thing with women who appear different, who are healers, who are just I don't know, just different. That's all I can say. We're just different, okay? And that's what men are drawn to, and a lot of times they will be drawn to us because of that loving energy that we exude, that healing energy that we exude, that being able to empathize, that being able to we're able to put ourselves in your shoes and see things from your perspective. It might not be right. It might not always be the best plan of action, but we are able to see where others are coming from in a non-judgmental way, okay? And a lot of times we are able to be in tune with what a person needs, especially in a loving relationship. We can feel, when you need a hug. We can feel when you had a bad day and you just need a hug. We can feel when we need to call you and check on you. We can feel when you're not saying, what you need to say and you're having a hard time getting it out. We can feel when you're fearful, when you're afraid of going on an opportunity. I mean, it's just a lot of benefits, okay? And I feel like that's what draws a lot of people in, okay? Is that able to connect on a deeper level, being highly aware. Spiritual women are very aware, and we do try to be present, okay? And that can be a benefit of being with a spiritual woman, because when you're with them, it can feel like there's no time, like time stops, and that's just that ability to be totally present and totally aware and totally in tune to our partner's needs, okay? Number two, you have someone who's able to give you very good practical advice mixed with spiritual advice, okay? So if you're with someone who's spiritual, who's empathic, okay, the benefit of being with them is they are able to give you practical advice, but they are also able to give you spiritual advice in a way that helps you move forward, okay? In a way where maybe not maybe if you would have read the Bible and tried to get advice, and you're still confused, maybe if you try to read a book, we're able to really pick up on what's going on in your life, what's happening, what's the problem, what's the solution, and we're able to tap into the spirit realm and pull that information from the spirit realm with practical advice and to help you move forward, to help you be better, to help you overcome your fears, to challenge you. Number 3, we're great empathizers. As I've already said, we're able to empathize with you, whether you're right, whether you're wrong, whether, the feelings are maybe a little bit over exaggerated, maybe if you feel like something's unfair, we are able to empathize with you in a non-judgmental way. We are able to sit there with you and feel what you feel so that we can empathize and put ourselves in your shoes to be able to relate and communicate with you. Okay, so that is a great benefit of being with someone who is a spiritual healer. Okay, number 4, we're not judgmental. Okay, most spiritual people, we're not going to be judgmental because we're already doing things that most of society will probably judge us for. Okay, so that's the benefit of being with someone who's spiritual. Maybe you have a certain question, maybe you want to go after something, do something, maybe that it goes against traditional beliefs, maybe it goes against your religious beliefs, maybe it's a little different. We're able to stand with you and to give you insight on that and encourage you to do it and not be judgmental. Or if you're going through something and you feel like, well, if you was to share this with your family member or, someone who's, religious, maybe they would frown upon you. But, being with someone who's spiritual, we're able to look at the situation from a higher perspective as being human. You're human and you're having a human experience and not, be judgmental. Okay. Number 5, we're able to heal and make you feel better through non-traditional methods. Okay, so being with a healer, we study a lot, we research very holistic ways. A lot of us like to heal using the use of crystals, herbs, essential oils, the old school way that our ancestors, things that they used to do that were natural to heal people instead of traditional westernized medicine. A lot of times if you're with a spiritual person, you'll see that they take very little medicine or no medicine at all. We don't really like to take medicine unless we absolutely have to. A lot of times we will try to heal ourselves through non-traditional means like teas, drinking teas, journaling, meditation, prayer, energy cleansing, food, cleansing our energy through the use of food, incense, or prayer or meditation, crystal, herbs, and essential oils. Okay, so that's the benefit of being with someone who's spiritual. Is if you're feeling yucky spiritually, we're able to help you with that. If you're feeling yucky physically, we're gonna look up the herb, we're gonna look up the crystal for that. Okay, so if you're with a spiritual person, you will see tons of crystals in their house, you'll see tons of herbs, essential oils, and it's all for the betterment of people. It's nothing evil, it's nothing crazy. It's just really to help transform our lives through the natural resources that God created, because God created crystals. Now, all crystals are rocks of the earth that collect spiritual information that have been here from the beginning of time, but I digress. So that is the good thing about being with a spiritual person. Okay, we're gonna give you something to aid in protection or to aid in healing or to aid in love. Okay, we're gonna concoct something to help you feel better. We're gonna meditate with you. We're just gonna do a lot of just different things that are maybe not the norm in a traditional relationship. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the cons and we're gonna close this video up. Okay, so the cons of being with a spiritual person. The very reason you fell in love with them will be the very reason why you won't like them. Okay, if you're a person that's just drawn to a spiritual woman and you're only drawn to her by what you can get from her or her looks, you're going to be highly disappointed, okay? Because first of all, we're going to read that right away, okay? Now, if you do have good intentions, but you start to wander off the path in the relationship, we're going to know that. We're going to feel that, you know. People who are spiritual, it's not something we can help. We just know when the energy of a relationship changes. We know when people's energy changes. We know when something's off. Not only has God given all women intuition, whether you're religious, spiritual, whatever you practice, to help you transform your life, but if you're a woman and you actually are practicing spirituality and through non-traditional means, and you have opened up that psychic ability that all of us have, it's not something we can help. We just know. We know when someone's lying to us. We know when someone's story is off. We know when someone didn't do exactly what they said. We just know, okay? So if you're trying to pull a fast one, or if you think about cheating, 9 times out of 10, we're going to find out. I mean, come on. We got tarot cards. We're connected to the divine, and especially, you know, for those of you who resonate with the ancestors and our spirit guides watching, they're going to let us know. So that keeps a lot of people away, you know, the fact that we are intuitive. Now, let me say this. If you're dating a spiritual person, don't always think they're pulling tarot cards on you. That's another very false misconception, is that if you're with a spiritual woman that we're constantly pulling cards on you to see what you're doing, what you're thinking, and you know where you're at. That is so false, okay? A lot of times we will pull tarot cards for our own personal guidance, and if someone is doing something that's alarming, that has a hidden agenda, that's shady, that's flaky, someone who's bad intentions, that's going to show in the tarot cards, but it's only confirmation. 9 times out of 10, we know something's off. We know something is not right, you know, and so we ask guidance from God, from our divine spirit team, what we need to know, and they're seeing it. You know, nothing is hidden, okay? Everything is exposed to the light. It's only a matter of time for things to be exposed. So, you know, us tarot readers, we're not, if you're in a relationship with us, you know, if we're dating you, if we're getting to know you, no, we're not pulling tarot cards on you. What fun is that? And I don't believe in that. You know, when you're dating and you're getting to know someone, and ladies, let me know in the comments if you resonate with being a tarot reader. You know, if you're intuitive, if you practice tarot in your own personal time, just for your own personal guidance, let me know, because that's one thing that I won't do. You know, I will not pull tarot cards, you know, on a guy that I would like to get to know or that I would like to date, because, you know, to me, it's just not right. It's just only fair to get to know the person, okay? And I feel like that's another big misconception with guys, knowing that, you know, a girl does tarot or she's spiritual, is like, is she gonna pull cards on me? Like, is she always gonna be trying to figure out what I'm doing? No, okay? At least not us good ones. At least not those of us who use our light work and our energy and our spiritual gifts for good, okay? It's just not, it's not fair, you know. It's important to give everyone a fair chance to get to know them, and we shouldn't use our spiritual gifts to pry into someone's life. So that's another thing I want to put out there. Now, if we're getting in our intuition and our stomach and our gut that something's off, something's not right, okay, and we already know this, and we pull tarot cards not to spy on you but to get advice from spirit, now you will show in the cards. If you're doing something you have no business doing, it's gonna show in the cards. But 9 times out of 10, when you're intuitive, you already know that. The tarot is just confirmation, okay? So that's something I really, really want to get out. No, us tarot readers, if we're dating you, if we're in a relationship with you, we are not pulling tarot cards on you unless you ask us to, unless you give us permission, okay? Number 2 is we're not easily manipulated. Again, you know, we're able to read energy. I mean, there's a lot of empaths out there. If you're into religion or spirituality at all, you're in some type of way empathic. Everyone has the ability to be psychic, to tap into their intuition. It's just if you choose to, okay? But, you know, we're not easily manipulated. We're not easily tricked. So if you're someone that's for a good time and not for the long time, we're going to pick that up right away. If we don't pick it up right away, we will pick it up eventually, okay? A lot of times we play dumb, when it comes to, people, again, people wanted to come and be trickery, people want to be fake, people want to just get information from us, people who just want to pose themselves as a friend and they're really a foe. We'll play dumb, like we don't know what you're doing when we know the whole time. We just want to see how far you're going to take it. We just really want to see the way your mind works and how far you'll take it and how you really think we're so naive and we're so dumb and how we're going to ignore every intelligent thought that God gave us and our brain that God gave us to think. And on top of that, dismiss our intuition when we want you to think that we're doing all that when we're not. And it's an insult for someone in a relationship to blatantly lie to you knowing they did something wrong and they just don't fess up, and they're basically just telling you ignore your intelligence, ignore your intuition, and trust me what I'm saying. No, we're not going to do that, and I don't recommend anybody do that. I don't care if you're a Christian, Baptist, spiritual, Muslim, I don't care what you do. No one should ignore their intelligence, their intellect, and the wisdom that God gave us, okay? Because all of us should have that, all right? Number 4, again, we notice when the energy of the relationship is changing. So again, very intuitive, very empathic. We're able to pick up and read on energy, okay? And a lot of times, we'll want you to talk about it and try to work it out, but if we see we keep getting the same energy, if we keep going back to the same drawing board, we're just going to let the relationship go. Number 5 is we have help from the spirit realm, and a lot of people won't like that because they won't deem it as fair, because whatever type of manipulation if you're truly a genuine, honest person and you have good intentions, you won't have no problem being in a relationship with someone who's intuitive. First of all, as an intuitive person, we know no one's perfect. We know people are going to make mistakes. We know people might tell little lies, but I'm talking about big lies. I'm talking about lies, manipulation, cheating that breaks someone's heart, that brings tears, that, makes someone sad, that makes someone go in hermit mode, that makes someone go in shadow work mode. We're talking about that type of stuff. And if you're trying to do that type of stuff, of course you won't like us, or of course you won't want to be in a relationship with us, because that you won't be able to get over, or you might be in fear that we might retaliate with magic. And again, I don't believe in retaliating with magic. I believe in using magic on myself to help me let go of something that is no longer serving me. And I do believe that that person's own karma will get them back. I don't have to do anything. God's going to get them. So I don't have to do nothing. The way that person is, they're already going to suffer. I don't have to do anything. My part is to learn how to let go or cut something off when it's no longer serving me. And us spiritual people, that's something that we in the past probably had a hard time doing, being the one that's, so loving and so giving and just wanting to help and heal everybody and be everybody's friend, and, just being in relationships that weren't serving us and just not being confident. We had to deal with all that. So when you see this transformed version of us and we're vibing high and we're like a magnetic for positive things, and you're just so drawn to us and we're alluring, that's all that healing work that we've had to do. So I hope you ladies and guys enjoyed this video. Ladies, let me know in the comments how you like this video. If you're a spiritual person, do you go through this? Like, do you feel like it's hard to date because you are spiritual? Because, guys think you put a love spell on them, or they think you're always pulling tarot cards on them, or to spy, or you could read their mind, their thoughts. I just laugh at stuff like that because it just truly shows me the mindset of that person, of not taking accountability for their own emotions, their own actions, and how they feel, and blame it on a spell, okay? But that, I digress. And ladies, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. Ramia, thank you so much for reaching out to me on this topic. The next video definitely going to be addressing, being in a relationship with someone who's not spiritual and you are, and the things that go on in that, okay? And if you ladies have any other topics you want me to talk about, please message me on Instagram and my DMs, reach out to me or email me. I love you guys. I hope you're having a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.